Today is Thursday, April 2nd, and thank you for tuning in to Ashland 2-Night News. Here's a look at today's top stories.
Are you in the mood to see some art from AU seniors? Well, we'll have something you do not want to miss. And do you want to give back and support literacy? Well, those details are all coming up next.
And we're looking forward to a very special guest speaker for this year's Spring Convocation. Hear who has been selected and stay tuned to see what has been brought to AU student community all together. I'm Brittany Lee.
And I'm Laura Roberts. It's all coming up next, only on Ashland 2-Night News.
Welcome back. Ashland University's Don Coburn Gallery is hosting its senior exhibition. Each showcase begins with artists' reception, followed by the viewing of senior artwork students produced a variety of artwork including photography, printmaking, ceramics, sculptures, computer artwork, graphic design, drawings, and painting. The gallery is now open and will continue to feature creative seniors through April 17th. This exhibit is free and open to the public. Normal gallery hours are from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday.
The month of March was Literacy Month. And even though the month is over, it is not too late for you to help the cause. The Youth and Literacy team of Community Care, along with the AU Bookstore, held a book drive for children. The book drive will end on Saturday at 11 a.m. And the bookstore is asking for your help. Faculty, staff, and students are invited to collect used children's books. All books can be dropped off in the collection bins located in the bookstore. In addition to your donating your own books, the bookstore purchased hundreds of copies of classic children's books that can be purchased for a reduced price to donate to the collection. Tuffy the Eagle will be at the presentation on Saturday to help collect the books. All proceeds of the event will go to the Salvation Army's Kroc Center.
Who wouldn't want to meet one of their favorite children's authors? Well, Ashland University got the chance to. Award-winning children's author Will Hilbrand spoke at the Ronk Lecture Hall, followed by a book signing afterwards. Originally from Cincinnati, Hilbrand has written and illustrated more than 40 children's books, including My Book Box, This Little Piggy, The Little Bumpy Pumpkin, Asleep in the Stable, Down on the Farm, and many more.
Pick up your cap and gown and get a free massage? Sounds like a good deal to me. The AU Grad Fair was held in the Student Center where seniors could pick up their caps, gowns, and/or class rings, and afterwards they would receive a free 5-minute massage. The event was to help seniors prepare and relax a little bit before graduation. This event was sponsored by Jostens and Ashland University.
Unemployment rates throughout Ohio are continuing to increase as fewer jobs are available for more people. This week, I went out to see how this might affect upcoming AU grads.
Ashland University students will soon be joining others from around the country who will be graduating and entering the workforce. AU seniors could pick up their cap and gown at a grad fair held on Tuesday, as well as talk to a financial aid advisor about paying off their student loans.
It all starts with, do you have a job? And if you're fortunate enough to find a job soon after you graduate, is it at the pay that you need it to be to help you live, plus pay back whatever debt that you've incurred for credit cards and everything else, all the way up to student loans?
The state of Ohio's reported unemployment rate for February jumped to a high of 9.4%. Included in the cities with a rapid spike in unemployment was Ashland, with a 13% increase.
There's just not much out there right now, especially for those who are in the creative majors who have some experience and are looking to get more, but the economy is kind of prohibiting that because people don't have the money to simply expand and give them the experience they need.
With a bad economy, Ashland University has created resources that help students make sure they can find a job after college.
In addition to the grad fair, AU's Career Development Center has provided tools to help students get prepared for their careers.
We have a team of career assistants in the back who are here pretty much Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, here to help critique your resume and cover letter to make sure that it's in tip-top shape to go out to employers.
I was able to go to the Career Development Center and get all sorts of pointers, tips, what to do, what not to do, and then following up with kind of interview etiquette, accepting jobs, and everything had to do that. They were really helpful.
As the May 9th graduation gets closer and the difficult job searches continue, the CDC urges students to take advantage of the resources available for them. Reporting for Ashland's TV2, I'm Brittany Lee.
Students and the Ashland community together? 100 hours of prayer, that's what. Students, faculty, and staff are invited to participate in a week of giving and prayer, praise to God. Monday begins the start of the 100 hours of prayer. The week will begin at 10 a.m. and will continue till 2 p.m. on Friday. A midweek luncheon was held on Wednesday in order to combine both the AU and the seminary campuses. Together, the luncheon was held in the Jack and Deb Miller Chapel. This week, the 100 Hours of Prayer event will focus on different areas of need globally, nationally, and locally. The remaining prayer tomorrow is intended to strengthen the spiritual life of the community and the campus as a whole.
AU's head football coach Lee Owens is scheduled to speak at this year's spring convocation on April 7th. Coach Owens will present an address titled Soar Like Eagles. Owens is entering his 6th season as the head coach, and during his last 2 seasons, the Eagles qualified for the NCAA Division II postseason playoffs. Owens was also named the Great Lakes Intercollegiate Athletic Conference Coach of the Year in 2005. This event is free and open to the public and will be held at 11 a.m. in the Jack and Deb Miller Chapel. Classes will be canceled and offices closed during this campus-wide event. We look forward to hearing his speech. Coming up next, a vacant house was destroyed in a fire, and investigators suspect arson. Also, a recall on nuts scares Kroger shoppers, and 2 Mansfield women were injured in a car crash. We'll be right back after the break.
You ask. Dad? Dad? Will you please play ball with us?
No, not right now, son. I gotta finish painting. I put it off way too long already.
Come on.
Life's magic moments are waiting if you'll only try.
Son, let me show you how to swing that bat. Put that off too long, too.
To show them that you care with the time you take to share. So don't ever let the magic pass you by.
It's often life's small moments that bring the greatest memories. Don't let the magic pass you by.
Don't let the magic pass you by.
From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
And now, another fact of Congress. When you were in kindergarten, did you play well with others? How would you grade Congress? Congress deals with many difficult issues, so we should expect some disagreements. But sometimes lawmakers get a little out of hand. Incivility and rudeness make it impossible to get anything done, and when nothing gets done, the government shuts down. The result, bad laws that affect us all. Civility doesn't mean that lawmakers have to agree with each other, just that they should respect each other. Only when lawmakers respect each other will lawmakers find common ground. When you're civil to someone else, good things happen. And that's another fact of Congress.
More than 250 students came to Ashland on Saturday for the 49th annual Mohican District Science Day. Students in middle school and high school came from schools in Ashland, Erie, Holmes, Huron, Lorain, Medina, Richland, and Wayne counties. The event was held in the Myers Convocation Center. Registration began at 7:30 a.m. and kicked off at 9 a.m. Awards were presented to the students with the best projects during the ceremony that took place at 2 p.m.
Ashland University's Career Development Center is a place students can get assistance in preparing for resumes, cover letters, and interviewing skills. But once again, the CDC has taken another AU student under their wing to do more than just clean up their resume. TV2's Molly Weisgarber has the story.
The Career Development Center will soon be hosting their 3rd annual Extreme Career Makeover premiere.
The Career Makeover helps students in really kind of understanding what it takes to be prepared for an internship process.
The Extreme Career Makeover targets sophomores and junior applicants to help students become aware of the importance of internships.
Employers are really looking for students who already have some previous hands-on experience, and the internships really allow students to kind of get that before they graduate.
The winner receives assistance in cleaning up their resume as well as getting a new look.
We really look for someone that the Extreme Makeover is really going to impact. And then when we premiere it, the goal then is for every other student to see, gosh, that's what I need to be doing in my own internship search.
This year's winner is Brooke Henderson, a sophomore majoring in criminal justice.
And basically, we chose her because we felt that this program would really mean a lot to her.
CDC has been supporting and documenting Henderson's progress since day one and can see the impact it's had on her life.
And just having the confidence that she has all the skills already that's going to get her that internship, and just knowing how to use them to get ahead. And I think that she's learned all of that, and it's going to work to her advantage in her future.
Henderson was able to walk away from her first job fair experience with her head held high.
The guy from Social Security actually took my name and number and my resume and said that he would give me a call and let me know if one of the main offices in my area where I live will have any openings for the summer.
The makeover process began in February and is quickly coming to an end.
And our last step will be to have the big premiere, where we will show a DVD of everything that she's gone through.
In conjunction with the premiere, there will also be a career fashion show where AU students will be modeling interview and business wear that they can use in their fields.
Brooke's premiere night is going to be Tuesday, April 7th here on campus. It's going to be an upper convo at 7:30, and all Ashland students are invited to come along.
Reporting for TV2, I'm Molly Weisgarber.
The Mansfield Fire Department received an alarm at 5:30 a.m. and found a 2-story house already in flames. Because the home had been boarded up, the firefighters had difficulty getting inside, and it appeared that the fire started on the porch with no natural cause. This is why arson is suspected.
2 Mansfield women were taken to the hospital after an accident in Georgia. Michelle Jarvis and Priscilla Rowe were taken to Floyd Medical Center after their 2002 Ford Explorer was forced off the road. Police reports said the Explorer swerved to avoid hitting a car that pulled out in front of them. The vehicle entered the median and struck a mud hole, and then they proceeded to skid 30 yards. Luckily, there were no major injuries in the accident. Both women were treated for back pains and then released later that day.
The salmonella scare isn't over for some stores in Ohio. On Friday, grocery operator Kroger Company recalled a line of pistachios sold at its store because of possible contamination. The brand that was thought to be contaminated were Private Selection shelled pistachios. The nuts were sold in 10-ounce containers with sell dates of December 13th and 14th of 2009. So far, no illnesses have been reported with the connection of these nuts. Consumers have recently purchased the product should not eat it. Representatives are asking that all products be returned to the store for a full refund or replacement of the product. We've had quite a few sunny days with night winds. What can we look forward to and more? Stay tuned to hear weather updates with our very own Leland weatherman Gottlieb coming up next.
These are poor coal mining communities where there's no jobs and no health care. Last year we had 7,000 people, so we know it's needed. Instead of being stationary in one clinic, we bring this clinic to 8 communities. People appreciate so much that we're able to be there with them in a moment of crisis, and that is a gift which keeps me on the road and keeps me going.
Have you saved a life today?
I took 2 flood victims to a shelter.
I donated a day's pay to help a family that lost everything in a fire.
Have you saved a life today?
I teach a class in infant CPR.
I donated a pint of blood.
Have you saved a life today?
No, but today somebody saved mine.
The American Red Cross. Together, we can save a life.
There are heroes.
My dad fixed things for everyone.
Whose names we never hear, reaching out to help their fellow man.
And me?
There are dreamers.
Well, I just held the light.
Who are making dreams come true, taking time to teach the children there's nothing they can't do. All it takes is a point of light.
Over the years, we fixed things for friends we knew, and some we didn't. He was teaching me more than just how to fix things.
And you try to make it right.
Teaching by example.
You will be
Pass it on.
a point of light.
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Ashland 2 Night News. I'm Leland the Weatherman Gali, bringing you, yes, Ashland's weather. Well, folks, it's been very nice out there for the past couple of days, but it looks like that may come to an end very shortly. Let's get to the maps and see what's going on. There's a high pressure that you can't even see anymore because it's moved all the way into the Atlantic Ocean, and we're getting on the back side of that, which means we are seeing southerly air move out of the Gulf of Mexico, but with that, we're seeing moisture. We see a low pressure system which is off to the coast, and that obviously will miss us, but there's another one forming to the southwest, and this will move into our region later tonight. Let's take a look at the local Doppler radar and see how close this rain is. We can see that there are a few very spotty sprinkles around the area just to the west, but the concentrated part of this low pressure system is still hours away and hasn't even showed up on the local Doppler. So get out and enjoy that weather while you can. Now let's talk about those temperatures, because that has been the main story for the past couple of days. We can see that temperatures have been in the upper 60s in Cleveland, and in Ashland we saw a high of 69, and we're sitting at 68 degrees right now. And down in Columbus and Cincinnati, we saw a high of 75 degrees, almost summer-like conditions. Now let's take a look at that all-important 3-day forecast and see if this will stay. We will see the temperatures will be dropping off, unfortunately, a few degrees, and we'll see somewhat of a washout this weekend. It looks like Saturday we'll see some sunny conditions, but then again by Sunday we'll see some rain showers move in. So get out and enjoy the weather today. That's all I have for weather. Now here's Jason Metzi for sports.
Thanks, Lee. Let's hope we get some warm weather. I'm Jason Metzi, standing in for Brendan tonight with sports. Let's get back to all that action with AU sports. The AU baseball team traveled to Wayne State yesterday for a doubleheader with the Warriors. Ashland came away with a pair of blowout victories over the regional rivalries from Detroit. The Eagles won both games by 14-7 count and got some big performances from their lineup. Ben Minard had 4 hits, including a home run and 3 RBIs. Jacob Paquette also homered and drove 6 runs for the Eagles, as 7 players had multiple hits. In Game 2, it was the same story, as Minard collected 4 more hits and 4 more RBIs on his way to a huge day. Ryan Albery also drove his 4 runs and 3 hits. The Eagles now are on 22-8 on their season and host the Hillsdale game series this weekend. The Ashland softball team also played Wayne State in their doubleheader yesterday, but lost both games at Brookside Park. Ashland managed only 5 hits on the day, losing 6-1 and 3-0. Emlyn Kinyard got the start in the game, but didn't allow any run until the 4th inning. The Warriors put the game out for the reach on the 5th when they added 3 more runs. The Eagles got on board in the 6th on an RBI ground out by Aaron Porter. In the Game 2, the Eagles could not scratch out a run on the 2nd hit. Logan Hursley tossed 6 innings, but a 3-run homer by Sarah Teller in the 5th was the difference. And the Eagles are home on Sunday at noon when they host Tiffin. Now with golf, the men's golf team finished 3rd out of 7 teams in the AU Invitational last weekend. Joe Denandri and Jay Overy tied for 6th place on the tournament, shooting at a .223. The Eagles finished 8 shots off their first place finisher, Ferris State, and 4 shots behind Wayne State, which finished 2nd. Flash, the Eagles traveled to the NCAA Regionals this weekend in Georgetown, Kentucky. And that's all I had this week for sports. Next is Rachel King.
Every day, someone is being bullied. And every day, someone else is a bully. It can happen anywhere at any time, and it has become one of your child's greatest fears. There is no profile of a bully. Bullies come in all shapes and sizes, and so do the people they bully. Having a daily conversation with your child and staying in touch may be the key to bully prevention. Find out how you can help by calling for free information. Make time to listen, take time to talk about bullying.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
We have seen the faces of suffering in Sudan, in Darfur. Hundreds of thousands killed. More than 2 million people torn from their homes. Exiles in their own country. Forced into camps of hunger and isolation. But we have seen the strength of a mother's hands. We have seen the hope in a child's face. Catholic Relief Services is on the ground, in the camps, providing the basics of life: food, water, shelter. The need is urgent. The choice we face is simple. Watch as another chapter of tragedy is added to human history, or act now to stop the dying and keep alive the promise of a better future. Millions of Sudanese still wait for their stories to end with hope. That hope begins with you. Find out how you can help at helpcrs.org/Darfur.
Welcome back. I'm Rachel King with this week's Health Report. The Food and Drug Administration ordered 9 companies to stop manufacturing narcotics whose therapeutic claims have not been proved. The FDA notified the companies that may be subject to legal action if they do not stop manufacturing and distributing prescription unapproved products that include high concentrate morphine sulfate oral solutions and immediate release tablets containing morphine sulfate, hydromorphone, or oxycodone. All of these drugs are used for pain relief and are forms of previously approved medications. This is not a recall, but is instead a warning, and companies have 60 days to pull these pain relief drugs from the market, or they can face legal action. Everyone knows that sugar is bad, but there are ways to help. When sugar is absorbed, you trigger insulin, which tells your body to store fat. In order to help this, there are some strategies that you can use to slow the rate that sugar is absorbed. One thing you can do is add vinegar to your diet by using vinaigrette dressings. Another tip is to have a short weight training session in the morning. Doing these things can help you and your body. Meal replacement drinks seem like they've always been around, but do they really work? Recent studies show that people who replaced 1 or 2 meals over a year's time did lose 7 to 8 pounds. When these people maintained at least 1 replacement per day, they also kept the weight off. It is controversial how long these diets should last. Some just stay on them until the weight comes off, while others are on the regimen for their entire lives. Well, that's all I have for health. Now over to Kelsey Miller with your dose of entertainment.
Thank you, Rachel. I'm Kelsey Miller with your entertainment straight from Hollywood. The Playmate and the Woz are gone from Dancing with the Stars. Yeah, that's right. Playboy model Holly Madison and Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak, both Dancing with the Stars, their ballroom season was with double elimination. Wozniak, 58, constantly earned the lowest score during the first 4 weeks of competition, and the Girls Next Door reality show star Holly forgot part of her Argentine tango, earning her the night's 3rd lowest score. It was finally time to say goodbye for both contestants. Singer Natalie King told CNN Larry King that she is searching for a kidney after an illness caused both of her kidneys to fail before she was telling King the battles of search for the dozens of emails flooded the CNN studio. They were offers from people saying that they would get tested to see whether their kidney could be donated. She has expressed that she is on a very long waiting list, which is why she needs a donor. Cole's kidney troubles have gone back all the way to February 2008, when she had diagnosed with hepatitis C. Due to her struggle with cocaine and heroin, she has been clean for some time now, though. Has Rihanna moved on from her disorderly romance with Chris Brown to a new man? Well, according to the report Radar Online, the 21-year-old singer has spotted snuggling up with reality television star Frankie Delgado at the LA Hotspot Deluxe. Things got so hot between those two, and now Rihanna reportedly gave Delgado a lap dance that wasn't her first in the club. Although the two were spotted together again during the week, but Rihanna may just be celebrating her 23rd birthday just a little too, having way too much fun. Well, sources still say she's seeing the troubled Chris Brown. Little Miss Miley Cyrus, otherwise known as Disney Hannah Montana, doesn't want to be an idol. Well, she's without a doubt the famous generation for the 16-year-old singer's splash actress is happy to embrace her duties as a teen role model, but is refusing the title of teen idol. Many fans believe that her parents shouldn't expect a 16-year-old to raise their kids. Despite Miley's string of scandals of inappropriate photos to racist candidates of Cyrus's making slanty eyes, Cyrus explains that she doesn't want to disappoint anyone and understands that she has made mistakes and doesn't want to have the burden of being Miss Perfect all the time. Well, in this week's box office, number 5, Duplicity, and number 4 is I Love You Man, and up to the third spot is The Knowing, and in the second is Haunting in Connecticut. And now for the number 1 movie at the box office, with earning a little over $59 million, is Monster vs. Alien. Well, that's all I have for this week's entertainment. We will have more from the news when we return.
Sure, my neighbors Jean and Louise, they may be superheroes with superpowers, but that doesn't make them so super at saving energy and money. I mean, I like them and all, but when Jean uses that power vision to cook dinner?
Honey!
Or when Louise or Starbright tries to save a little on the lighting bill?
Mom, a little light?
I may not be able to harness the power of the elements, but I save significant cash and help the environment with appliances, electronics, and windows featuring the Energy Star label. And I improved my home energy efficiency with insulation. My thermostat? Watch this. I'm just kidding. It's programmable. I don't have to lift a finger to save on AC and heating.
Mom, Dad's making fondue again.
So discover your own energy-saving superpowers. Go to ase.org/consumers.
1,200 American youth run away from their homes every day. The National Runaway Switchboard is here to help. 1-800-RUNAWAY. If you are a runaway, thinking about running away from home, or a parent or guardian concerned about issues facing your child, call us 24 hours a day. 1-800-RUNAWAY. In times of crisis, hope is just a phone call away. 1-800-RUNAWAY.
Across America, service learning is helping students improve their grades and their communities by connecting the classroom with community service. Working together, students solve real problems, build new skills, and apply their knowledge in a whole new way. Inside the classroom and out, service learning opens new doors and brings learning to life. Get your school involved. Visit learnandserve.gov to find out how.
In upcoming campus events, PhiMU is hosting its 4th annual Capture the Flag competition tomorrow on the Quad, whether it's raining or shining. All proceeds benefit the Children's Miracle Network. The winning teams will receive gift cards and free t-shirts.
The Ashbrook Colloquium with Robert Norrell is this Friday at 3 p.m., located in the John M. Ashbrook Center, which they will be discussing the history of life of Booker T. Washington. Make sure you go out and attend that event.
Need something to do this Saturday? Well, you're in luck. Student Activities Campus Activities Board is hosting a foam party located in Redwood from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. This event is free and they encourage you to bring your own towel. Sounds like an event you don't want to miss. Well, what is everyone's plans for the weekend? Anything exciting?
I know we have Alpha Phi Formal on Saturday night, so I'm going to be doing homework to get ready for that.
Well, I unfortunately was not invited to Alpha Phi Formal. However, I am going to play Capture the Flag this Friday. It's going to be a blast, and this Saturday is our Founders Day, and so it's going to be a bunch of rowdy alumni fraternity guys coming back, so we're going to hang out with them and have a good time.
Well, it's Daughter Daddy Day for 85 sorority, so we'll be playing softball and doing a lot of fun things, cookouts.
Well, it is also Delta Zeta's formal. It's just a Greek life weekend this weekend.
This is true.
Right.
So I'll be going to that tomorrow and then trying to catch up on some homework the rest of the weekend. We'll see how that goes, though. Well, that about covers it for tonight's Ashland 2 Night News. Thank you all for tuning in.
And a special thanks to our TV2 crew. And make sure you tune in next Thursday at 4:30 for more news coverage.
Goodbye, everyone.
Good night.